Olga Korbut, was born on May 16, 1955, in Grodno, a city in what was then the Soviet Union, now part of Belarus. Growing up in the post-war Soviet era, she came from a modest family background. Her father, Alexander Korbut, was a skilled worker, and her mother, Maria, worked as a seamstress. From a young age, Olga exhibited a natural athleticism, showing an affinity for physical activity, and her parents encouraged her to pursue sports as a way of fostering discipline and physical development. It was gymnastics, however, that truly captivated her. Korbut began her gymnastics training at the age of 6, entering the Soviet sports system with the help of a local coach. As a child, Korbut's physical strength and coordination were remarkable, even at a young age. Her coaches quickly took note of her exceptional potential, and by the age of 10, Korbut was training at the elite Dynamo Gymnastics Club in Minsk under the guidance of the renowned coach Ronald Nish. It was here that her skills began to truly flourish. Despite early struggles with nerves and adjusting to the intense training regimen, Korbut's determination and enthusiasm for the sport set her on a path that would lead her to the highest level of competitive gymnastics. Career peak. The 1972 Summer Olympics. Korbut's career reached a major milestone in the early 1970s when she earned a place on the Soviet national gymnastics team. The 1972 Summer Olympics in Munich, West Germany, would be the stage where Korbut's extraordinary talent would captivate the world. In many ways, the 1972 Olympics marked a turning point in gymnastics, as it was the event that introduced a new era of athleticism and artistry, with Korbut at the forefront of this revolution. Olga Korbut's performance at the 1972 Olympics was nothing short of groundbreaking. She arrived in Munich as a young gymnast with raw talent, but not yet widely known outside the Soviet Union. However, her performances throughout the competition catapulted her into the international spotlight and forever changed the perception of women's gymnastics. One of Korbut's most iconic moments came during the individual all-around final. In the midst of the competition, she delivered a flawless routine on the uneven bars, performing a skill that had never been seen before in gymnastics, a back handspring on the uneven bars. This was a groundbreaking move, showcasing her innovation, strength, and grace. The crowd went wild, and this moment is often credited with sparking a transformation in the sport, making gymnastics more daring and dynamic. Korbut's performance in the all-around final earned her a gold medal, and she became the youngest gymnast ever to win this prestigious title at the age of 17. In addition to her gold medal in the all-around, Korbut also won a gold medal in the team competition and 2 silver medals in the floor exercise and balance beam. Her performances were mesmerizing, and her fearless approach to complex routines combined with her infectious personality captured the hearts of fans around the world. Her ability to combine athleticism with artistry set a new standard in gymnastics, and she quickly became one of the most celebrated athletes in the world. Korbut's success at the 1972 Olympics made her an international star, and her fame extended well beyond the gymnastics community. Her routines showcased not only technical precision, but also an emotional depth and expression that was unprecedented at the time. She was a true pioneer, and her influence on the sport is still felt today. Main achievements and continued success. Following her remarkable success at the 1972 Olympics, Olga Korbut became a global icon in gymnastics. She revolutionized the sport, raising the bar for future generations of gymnasts. In the years following the Munich Olympics, Korbut continued to compete at the highest level, adding to her already impressive collection of accolades. Korbut's performances at the 1974 World Championships in Varna, Bulgaria, were another highlight of her career. She earned a gold medal in the team competition and a silver medal in the individual all-around, further solidifying her status as one of the most accomplished gymnasts in history. Her victory at the 1974 World Championships was a testament to her consistency and ability to maintain top form in the most competitive environments. By this point, she had already established herself as a dominant force in women's gymnastics. Korbut's achievements were not limited to international competitions. She became a symbol of the Soviet Union's athletic prowess and was celebrated in her home country for her accomplishments. the Soviet government recognized her success by awarding her numerous honors, including the Order of Lenin, the highest civilian honor in the Soviet Union. She was also named the Soviet Sportswoman of the Year in 1972 and 1973. These awards were a reflection of her remarkable influence both within and outside of gymnastics. Korbut's influence on gymnastics cannot be overstated. Her innovative routines and skills, such as the back handspring on the uneven bars and the Korbut flip, a backward handspring onto the uneven bars, are still part of the sport's lexicon today. She transformed gymnastics from a sport focused on precision and elegance into one that also embraced athleticism, power, and daring innovation. She was a true trailblazer, and her legacy would inspire generations of gymnasts to push the boundaries of what was possible in the sport. Later career and retirement. After her stunning success in the early 1970s, Korbut faced new challenges in her career. By the mid-1970s, she had reached the height of her fame and had already achieved so much in gymnastics, but she continued to compete and pursue excellence. However, the intense pressure of maintaining a career at the top began to take its toll on her. Korbut also struggled with injuries and personal challenges, leading her to retire from competitive gymnastics in 1977 at the age of 22. Despite her retirement, Korbut's influence on the sport did not fade. She continued to remain active in the gymnastics community, and her name was synonymous with excellence in the sport. In the years following her retirement, Korbut became involved in coaching, exhibitions, and public appearances. She served as a role model for countless young gymnasts, and her legacy in the sport was secured. Korbut's unique blend of athleticism, artistry, and charisma was a key factor in gymnastics' evolution into the high-profile global sport it is today. Life after gymnastics. In the years following her retirement from competitive gymnastics, Olga Korbut transitioned to a new phase in her life. She relocated to the United States, where she became involved in various exhibitions and television appearances. Korbut was well received in the West, having gained widespread recognition as one of the greatest gymnasts of all time. In addition to exhibitions, she occasionally worked as a commentator, providing insights into the sport of gymnastics based on her vast experience. Though she remained involved with gymnastics, Korbut's life after competition was not without personal challenges. She faced difficulties in her private life, including struggles with relationships and the transition from elite sport to civilian life. Nonetheless, her role as a pioneering figure in gymnastics remained central to her identity. Korbut's name was synonymous with the golden age of gymnastics, and she continued to be celebrated for her contributions to the sport. In her later years, Korbut took on a more reflective role. She became an advocate for young gymnasts and athletes, encouraging them to pursue their dreams with the same dedication that she had demonstrated in her own career. As a mother and grandmother, she found fulfillment in her family life while continuing to promote the sport of gymnastics. Korbut also became involved in various charitable initiatives and was active in promoting the importance of physical fitness, especially for young people.